HarperCollins and HarperAudio present The Way From Here, a novel by Jane Cockram, performed by Brigid Lohrey. Part 1. 1. Letter 1. For Camilla Anderson, to be read first in the event of my death, and not before. Although, Mills, I know I don't have to worry. There is no such thing as you not following instructions. XOXO. Dearest Mills, I must be dead. I can't think how I would have died. 39 years old and in rude health. An hour of yoga a day and finally kicked the cigarettes. A nasty little habit I picked up in France, but more on that later. It can only have been a horrific accident. I'm turning 40 this year. I always thought I'd be fine with that. But as the date gets closer, I'm thinking about the past more than ever. Things that happened when I was 19 are still as meaningful to me as they were in the moment that they first happened, and the future I looked forward to then hasn't turned out the way I expected. They say youth is wasted on the young, but it feels to me like not a moment is wasted. We carry our youth with us forever. How I felt when I was 16, who I loved when I was 19, what I regretted at 21, none of this goes away. It's all me. It's all still here. Mostly I've been thinking about the overseas trip I took the year I turned 19. It all comes back to that trip. Things happened on that trip I want you to know about. There have always been things I wanted to explain to you, but words between us have a way of getting tangled up and misconstrued. Of course, I hope you never have to read these letters. I hope we both lead long and fulfilling lives, and one day, on the veranda at Matilda Downs, I will gather the courage to tell you my story in person. But, just in case, these letters are my insurance policy, a promise to myself that one day this story will be told. Even as I write them, I worry about getting the words down right, so I have a crazy idea. Reading the words is not enough. I want you to walk in the hushed halls of the National Gallery of London, to breathe deeply in the salty island air of the Ile de Clare, and shelter in the green gardens of Pond Cottage. I'm going to ask you to visit these places and do something for me. And because I'm dead, and it's my last request, you'll have to do it. 1998. I had just finished school, and you were at university. I convinced Mum and Dad to let me go on a gap year, travelling and working. You were slogging away at your classes during the day and long nights at the little Italian restaurant. I just finished 13 years of school, and I couldn't bear the thought of more study. I had no idea what I wanted to do with my life, but I had a feeling there would be clues for me out in the world if I could just get out there and find them. You couldn't believe Mum and Dad were letting me go, and what's more, that they were paying for my airfare. I think they were just glad to see the back of me after the accident. You never considered that, did you? While I was away, Grandma Nellie sent me letters every week until she died. Newsy, filled with updates on her garden and bridge games, listing who among her many friends had called in to see her and, more importantly, who hadn't. Every now and then, she included a cheque. Talcum powder money, she called it. That's not what I spent it on, as I'm sure you can imagine. Don't tell your mother, she would write, but I remember what it's like to be young and penniless in London. When we were little, Nellie told us stories of growing up in Ireland with her...
Sample complete. Ready to continue?